Hello. I'm going to do a little house cleaning because I just wanted everybody to understand that the videos that I put out are totally on what I feel at that moment and what I believe God is speaking to me. So when I'm going on the videos, you'll see they're not polished. I don't know how to polish the videos in the first place, so I had to sit here and work on those skills. But I just want them to come authentic. So you'll see that sometimes I'm making mistakes and making errors, and I'm working on my speech, so I'm not always coming through. And like in the moment, I'm trying to think of the words. Please forgive me. I'm just working on me as I do this. Um, if I was able to polish these videos, I probably wouldn't. Because let me tell you, when I was able to polish a little bit of videos back in the like a year or two ago, there's so many videos that I had deleted because I second guessed myself. I rethought what I was trying to say, or rethought how I want to deliver it, or rethought, do I want people to know my business? So it was not authentic to me. So this time I say, this computer, unless there is a way, I don't know, it doesn't even allow me to rewind. So I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. What comes to you is authentic. Um, but when I do make errors, because I want my videos to be credible, I like to come back and speak on them. So the first thing was the sundown syndrome. Sundown syndrome is not what I have, although I do have some forgetful moments. Sundown syndrome is basically a person, normally the elderly, that at night they go through periods of dementia. They go through bouts of dementia. So they'll have some remnants of that throughout the night. The daytime they can be probably fine, but at night they start to get a little bit more different in their affect. So obviously I don't experience that. I don't think so. I wouldn't be able to be a nurse dealing with that if I was experiencing that. My thing was seasonal affect disorder. So this is from my last video. So I just wanted to clear it up. Seasonal affect disorder, which is considered also in parentheses, if you want to look at the acronym, SAD. At night or during winter, I get sad. Literally, I get sad, and it causes some depression. So when I give these videos, I'm giving it in probably those sad moments, or I'm just because some people might experience it and not even know that what it is. Now I think I have remnants of it. I know that if I get out, I do more, out in the day, or if I do even something during that night, it's not affecting me so much. I'm too much of a thinker, so that's also probably too much. Like, I think thinkers think too much. Thinkers think way too much, and sometimes we overthink. And when we overthink, we start to criticize ourselves. Another reason why I don't want to go over my videos before I send them, because I don't. I want to come in that nature of, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm trying to present. If I start critiquing all my videos, you won't get the true authentic self. You won't get what God is trying to say, because I'm going to feel like, well, I don't want to say this, because I'm going to be going back into my own self. And I don't want to work in my own self. I want to work with what God is telling me to say. So this is just cleanup. I can't think of anything else that I need to clean up, but there's going to be times where I'm going to make errors, and there's going to be times where I'm going to forget my thoughts, okay? But I don't mean to do that. I'm working on myself in the process of doing this. So just want to say that. Enjoy your Sunday. I am going to do another video of an incident that happened at work, and God is working through me on the power of forgiveness. I don't claim to be perfect, and I never ever want to claim to be self righteous. So, when something is presented to me and then re-presented to me in confirmation, I like to figure this out. Like, oh, hold up, I think the Lord is trying to tell me something. So I will be doing a video speaking on the incident, speaking what I'm getting from it. I may not have an answer right now, but hopefully God will give me an answer before that video is started. And I know I said that I'm going to do other videos. Now, one other thing on house cleaning is that I could not find that on my last video. I was talking about how I wanted to give you this thing that breaks down how we are made, how God has like detailed our makeup. But I can't even remember the book. And I have looked online trying to put all these little code words. The book is about this, the book is about that. It brings me every other book in the world, but not this book. And this is a really old book. And so I can't remember it. Maybe if somebody does remember it, it basically discusses a man who, it's an old book. It's like when I got it, it was like a little paperback, blue, thin book like this. And he goes into, God, I can't even remember that. Then anyway, he goes someplace and he meets this man. And when he was in this lot, it seems, the man starts to go over some things with him about his life, I think. He had all these books and stuff or clippings of magazines. I don't know, newspapers. I forget the book. In the end, he basically the book winds up talking more about how God doesn't make mistakes, I think. I have to reread this book, but I do love this portion. When I worked in the field as a psychiatric nurse, that's how I knew that God was teaching me to go a different way, because you're really not supposed to do the things that I was doing. But I believe if someone's coming depressed, because I know what depression is, I like to give encouraging words. It's just my makeup. I cannot see you sitting down depressed. They would make us go into the rooms and make these men and women come out of their rooms saying they just have to get within the community. They got to do it. And I'm like, there's a reason why they got here. And if we never address some of the reasons, we're not going to be able to get to the core. I'm not a psychologist, but I do know that, I do understand it. So I would go in and I would tell them about this book. And I said, maybe you can read this book. Maybe it might help you. And I actually used to buy the book for a lot of my patients. And then I will always go to the part where at the back, I wanted them to read that. They will always come out and they were like, Melissa, thank you so much. You are in the wrong field, which is what makes me realize that I need to be going in a different direction with what God wants me to do. So I said, well, I could be in the wrong field because, as a nurse, you are stifled as a psychiatric nurse to be going that far. But I gave little remnants of what I believe God is trying to say to me. And I would sit here and give that out. I didn't make them believe in God or whatever. I gave them the option. I don't throw that at people, but I will sit here and, say, hey, listen, I understand depression. This is what helped me, right? So, anyway, this was cleanup, and that video, the paperwork that I'm talking about, I cannot find it. It was online, just that portion, and I can't remember what the book is, so I can't remember how to get that. And like I said, I used to give it to the people. They were very grateful for it, and it was good for me too. If I ever remember it, I will definitely get it on here, and hopefully you can look at it yourselves and see how well you were made and how much God put a lot of detail into us. So, this morning I actually got a little confirmation on God talking about what I was saying when we are enough. And Joel Osteen this morning was talking about how he does not he does not hear us when we're talking down on ourselves. God has times when he hears us and when he listens to us. But when we're talking down on ourselves, he doesn't hear us. He doesn't hear our negativity about ourselves. So when we come like, Lord, I'm this and I'm that, I'm never going to be, I'm never going to have, he's not into that. So he listens to us when we speak in a positive nature about ourselves and what we expect or want and what we believe God for. And so I like that I had confirmation on what I gave out. Another person had on their Facebook, which I thought was so cool, but I couldn't share it for some reason, about being enough. And it said it was a body and it had pretty and enough, and all of the body had enough, pretty enough, this enough, that enough, but everything that was positive. And I'm like, wow, that's like perfect, you know. So I couldn't get it on my video. I mean, on my Facebook page, but that's fine. You know, I'm sure if it's on Facebook, you probably saw it. Anyway, that's my cleanup. And like I said, my videos are not going to be polished, but if I come at you polished, I won't come at you authentic, because believe me, I will critique myself to the point where you won't get anything that God has to present to you. So I don't really worry about that. You know, when it's all said and done, I have to answer to God. You know, not answer to how old people, look at you like, oh, she probably didn't say this right, she didn't do this right, she didn't be this right, she's silly for doing this, whatever, right? I can't worry about that because I have to answer to God. Whatever. I love God. I pray that He, is speaking to my heart, that I am coming at you with, the realness of God, with what He tells me. So I'm not really going to do all that polishing. Now, I would like to in the future make things look a bit more polished, but again, I don't want to come off like as if this is a video or videos about me, because it's not. It's a video about my experiences and how God is working through me. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Like, follow, and share my page, Mara Speaks, and Mara Speaks group, where you can interact. It's all right if you don't want to, but it's there if you like to. Especially if you need to tell me something, because my next video, I might need some words of encouragement or words of viewpoints on what I need to see in this next video. Like, issue that I'm like, well, Lord, are you saying that I don't know how to forgive? I don't think that the situation presented me to forgive anything yet, but I'll talk about that video soon, and I'll talk, in that video soon, and I'll sit here and I guess you can be the judge. Figure out, Melissa, maybe you could have seen it this way. Maybe you could see it that way. This is maybe what God is trying to tell you, because I'm working through that. I'm like, God, are you saying that I don't have a forgiving spirit? Which I think I way much do, but whatever. Anyway, obviously we're human and we, flaw. We are fallible. So I don't want to ever act like I'm, more, or what is it? I had said the word perfectly earlier, but I don't want to come off too righteous. I don't need to I don't need to forgive people because they're wrong and I'm right. Never the case. Sometimes I can see it a different way. And that's basically going to be my next video. All right. Speak to you soon. Love you all. Have a blessed Sunday and enjoy. Bye-bye.